Oh, hello, it's just me again. I thought I'd do another video. I've got a little bit of time off, so I thought I'd help those beginners out again somehow. There was a few questions on the decoys that I painted up in previous videos. So one of those was, can we see them out on the water? Whether it was to compare with the birds or anything, I wasn't sure, but I got a bit of time off. I thought I would run the dogs down, give them a bit of a play in the water. And while I was down there, I thought, what the hell, I will throw the decoys out in the drink. Maybe show you guys how to tuck behind the reeds for a bit of camouflage and get you a little bit of footage. So we'll head down to Hospital Swamps here in Geelong, which is only 20-25 minute drive for me. But I'll show you how to enter the car park, one of the places to enter, which is from the south side into Hospital Swamps, and give you guys a look. Okay, so we're just on Lake Road, which is off the Barwon Heads road, and I've just worked my way around. And we're just on the main straight now, just before the left-hand turn into the car park. And for those that don't know, you'll head past the Conowari Wetland Centre, which is established by Geelong Field and Game. So that's just on the left there. So that's the Conowari Wetland Centre. That's it. That's their building in there. And straight after the Wetland Centre, on their boundary fence, you've just got a left-hand turn. There we go. So that is Hospital Swamps Road. There we go. Sorry about the camera work. And then we head straight down the road into the car park. On our left you can see a different angle from the Wetland Centre. But we'll move on. Car park's only a couple of 100 metres long. There we go. Hospital Swamps, Lake Conowari State Game Reserve. So that's it right there. And as you can see on the sign, it was designed and constructed by Geelong Field and Game. So hunters actually built this. There is no reason why throughout the season we are not allowed to be in here. Done by hunters, made by hunters. Okay, so I just pulled up. As I said, I noticed there is a lot of birds just there, and I'm just pulled into the car park. So I've got the thongs on because I didn't really plan on getting all dressed up. So, but as you can see, I'll just try and sneak up and we'll see just over the reeds here what I'm looking at. So you've got a little grass area, which is your boat ramp, your inlet. Straight away we've got some birds. I'll try and zoom in. And they're all up and about now. There we go, that was a quick little view, but there is a lot of birds out here just in this small part of this wetland. There's 6 blackies that just whizzed really close and they're talking away there. But that's really, really good to see. This is only not even a quarter of it. If you go through that main neck there, there's another body of water in the middle. There's one right down the far end, and then there's a few holes in amongst that. There is birds whizzing absolutely everywhere at the minute. There's birds whizzing out the back. Yeah, that's sensational. Really, really good to look at. So there we go. I've just snuck down. As you can see, that water is behind me. I'll throw the waders on. I'll go throw the decoys out. You never know. We might sit back for 10 or 15 minutes and we might get something land in the little decoy spread that I painted up. And then I'll give the dogs a run. Righto, head back to the car. So I've just walked out a little bit, and if I was going to hunt here, I'd actually pick one of these areas where the reeds actually just sort of jut out a little bit. So if I was to pick this one here, what I would do is actually walk about 1 metre in behind the reeds. Okay, so really get in behind them. Make sure that you've got a good amount of cover. Okay. So there you go, I am right back. I'd be about 1.5 metres back in the reeds. Okay. Work your way in, squash your feet down, and then you've got a real good area. So if you can't quite see, all you want to do, okay, so you can mount the gun and take a clean shot, is just break a little bit down in front of you. Okay, then you can see what's coming. You can also mount the gun and take the shot straight through there. So we'd make a hole directly straight through there where we're going to actually shoot at. If you see the birds coming, try not to move, but if you can see them a bit further off, you can actually just put your head down below that line of the reeds, and as soon as their feet are actually in that decoy spread, or they're going to actually hit the decoys, you can actually move up from your reeds and take the shot. Okay, so that's where I'd stand. What we want to do now is get some decoys out. Righto, so it is going to be a little bit difficult to hold the camera and throw out decoys at the same time, but we'll give it a crack. All I've got here is those painted decoys in previous videos, but I do have them in a basic bag. So just the shade cloth sort of looking bag. You can pick them up very cheap if you've only got a dozen decoys. Easy to carry with 2 straps, and yeah, very handy. Of course, they're mesh, so the water will just leak through by the time you get back to the ute. That should be all dry, depending on what conditions you're hunting in. So, all right, we'll get some decoys out and put a little bit of a spread and show you what those painted decoys look like. I did figure out with this filming stuff that it's hard to hold a camera and throw decoys out at the same time, because I don't want to drop it in the drink. So I've thrown them all out. It is overcast, so the decoys do look dark, which is good. When you are hunting, I'm a firm believer that just that cast shadow across the decoys is even better. But that's just me. But I'll turn the camera around and show you what they look like on the water. So there's our hardhead. That was our hardhead that we painted up. And across we've got 3 teal sitting in the middle there. I'm not sure what it's looking like on the camera because of the overcast conditions, but because as you can see, it's very, very still today, but there is a lot of birds in this first car park. Hardhead, there's our teal on the water. What I'll do is I'll just move over because there's our blackies. I'll give you a different angle on those in a minute. And across there, I've got a couple of wood ducks that have just come to the party. Well, the wind's slightly turned our blackies at the minute. But I'll give you a different angle. There we go. So that's looking a bit more front on. There's our hardhead. Our wood duck in the background there. Our 2 blackies are up the back, and then we can move across to our teal. So one of the things for you beginners is don't have your decoys hard up against the reeds. You want to actually have them out a little bit further. If there's birds whizzing around this hole, you want to be able to be seen and take that ethical shot. Don't have them out too far where your spread is just going to wound the birds. You want to make sure you've got an ethical kill shot, but you want to be on that line where the birds are going to see your decoy spread. I'll just zap behind the reeds now and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we tuck into where we were. That's what we'd be looking at there. So the decoys there are probably 15 metres out from the reeds. The wood ducks are a little close for me. I'd probably have the wood ducks more on the 45 out there and just that little bit further out as well, probably in line with the 2 blackies that are sitting just out there. And then we've got a nice decoy spread out from the reeds that can be seen. So if I walk out now, I'll just bust through the reeds. I'll count how many steps those black ducks are. So that's 12 steps out from the reeds, as you can see the reeds behind me, to the black ducks. It still leaves a really good visual aspect for the birds winging around this hole. The decoys aren't too close to the reeds where they can't see them, but also they can see them from above if they're coming behind you or the side or actually out in the hole. Really good about that 10 metres line to set your first little shape of decoys and then start your spread from there. So that is basically it. Hope you enjoyed the little video. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see anything else, please let me know. I'm up to help beginners in any way I can. So I was on my way back from that top car park and I thought, well, what the hell? For all the beginners out there, I'll show you another access point into hospital swamps. So on the way back, It's called Bench's Lane. I call it Bench's Lane. So that runs off Lake Road as well. And coming back from the actual main car park, if we do a right hand turn into here, there's another gravel road. So let's head down here and I'll show you another couple of access points into the top holes, or the west end, what you would call Hospital Swamps. It is private property either side of the road. And the car park, once we get down, is surrounded by private property as well. So we always want to make sure we're not cutting across, make sure you guys are doing the right things so we can keep hunting here in the future. Oh, not sure whether you've seen that, but a rabbit just ran across. So if I just pull the car up, there is a bit of a hill here, and I'll just stick the camera out there. You might be able to see we're just sort of looking at the very top hole now. We're driving into the car park. So that's from the car park. But we'll continue on. And of course, as you come down, you'll see some nice little holes on your left hand side. That's through in there, which is really handy in those late afternoons. Hint, hint. I'll move down into the car park. As I said, really handy. A couple of birds just around the nesting boxes in there. And there's our car park. So there's really a couple of access points here. We'll walk through and I'll show you one of them. So I'm in that west car park now, which is I call it the top end of Hospital Swamps. When we drove in the car park, there was that gate straight ahead with the pockets of water and stuff on our left. It does hold a few birds up in that top end, in those nice neat holes, and there is a few blackies and stuff in there now. So I'll turn the camera around. So that's on my left hand side now. So that's on the left hand side. You are able to access that. Just be careful, there is a few deeper holes just off the fence here, and as you walk through. And then straight ahead, we've got a main gate. You can go through the main gate, and it's what we call the levee bank, and you can work your way all the way around the levee bank. I would recommend you do some scouting first, so come down and walk that levee bank first, because you have to walk a few hundred meters in and around to your right to access the top end of the water there. So you can't just cut through the reeds here, because it is a fair hike through the reeds. So there's a couple of birds just winging out that hole now. They're heading over the back there. Okay, so what I might do, since I've got time, is I'll leave those two access points and we'll head down this other one. And this, of course, is the other access point here. What I'll do is I'll walk it. Hopefully there's no snakes out. We are in February and I'm in thongs. But I'll walk it and then I'll fast forward the video, and that'll give you a quick rundown on how to walk through and access the water. So we've sort of arrived at our destination. I won't go any further because I do have the thongs on and it wasn't really ideal. But if I zoom in, that gives you a little perspective of the top end. So around the left hand corner, as I said, that levee bank will run into, and the body of water goes right around that corner, and then this is the top hole running straight all across the way through there. Looks like there's a few birds on the other side. I won't walk across there because I do have the thongs on, as I said. So that is just a quick view of how to enter the top end. Righto, hope that gives you another aspect or another opportunity for all you beginners to come down and hunt Hospital Swamp. As I said, you've got the main car park, you can walk in from there, or if you do have a little duck punt, you can venture up into the middle of the neck. You can come right down to here. There is a few holes off that. All I can say is before the season, come down, have a look yourself, work out where to actually access from. You've got this point here, you've got around that levee bank, as I said, but do your homework and come for a look. There is lots and lots of opportunity in here. There's lots of holes. There is lots of levee banks and reeds to hide behind. It is a really good place to start off hunting here. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did, hit the subscribe button, or leave a comment on what you want to see or what you might want to see in the future so I can help you new beginners out. Talk to you soon. See you later.